What I learned from my psychopathic wound. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess. I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. And what does it mean having a psychopathic wounding? What that means is that you were someone who suffered from a deep sense of betrayal and public humiliation. And it stops you from really trusting people, the right people, should I say, to trust life and to trust yourself, most importantly, first and foremost. And I share more about this wounding in my free webinar, How to Overcome the Impacts of Childhood Traumas in Just 3 Months, which you can learn more and register in the link below. So with this psychopathic wounding that I was able to witness within myself, where I was in fear and mistrust the feminine, and more so the wounded feminine, that create this causation of trauma where I couldn't trust women. And I was so disconnected with my femininity and sensuality. And of course, this came from the wounded masculine as well. But I want to really focus on the fear and mistrust on the wounded feminine, and how the feminine in itself was so potent in my healing journey to rise in my power, not in a way where I'm controlling or dictating people, but in a way where I can truly trust my internal guidance to show me a way how this could be resolved. Listening, not dictating. That's the difference with healing the psychopathic wounding, because when we are caught up in the psychopath, we are controlling, dictating, dismissing. It has this really strong patriarchal energy to it. But when you integrate and soften the psychopathic wounding, you can learn to trust yourself again. You can trust the right people. You can trust life, so you can receive the goodness that life has to offer, and that the right people will show up in your life to support you in what it is that you're here to do and experience. So to give you an example of this, I experience humiliation from women in different ways. I remembered speaking at the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival a few years ago, and I was giving a talk about self-love and confidence. And at the end, this woman started to berate me and claimed that I owed her money for not refunding a ticket. And I remembered this woman, and she messaged me on Facebook about a refund for a ticket. And in that conversation prior to the festival, I confirmed with her that she did not buy a ticket. And in my back end, there was no ticket sale from her. In fact, I had to cancel the event because no one was booking a ticket. So how could that even happen? And so at the festival, she was full of rage. She had a friend with her, and they were both attacking me verbally. And it was so embarrassing in front of a big room of people witnessing that. And I had to somehow figure out how to manage this publicly without showing how deeply humiliating and infuriating it was for me. And it was days of her harassing me after the festival. When would I get my refund? And I had to screenshot her that she never bought a ticket. And she still didn't believe me. And I asked her to check her bank account. And she did. And that's when she realized that she never paid me a cent. And she never said sorry. All I got was anger from her end after that. And I was afraid to block her because I was afraid that she will attack me again in another platform. And as I finally dropped into my healing journey with the feminine, and now embodying, embracing her more, this year I received a message from her of her apology and her owning her shit, that she was actually jealous by my success. I didn't respond to that message because I had no interest in engaging with her. I didn't want to continue anything with her after that traumatic experience of public humiliation. And there was no point in sharing with her the pain that I went through. And if I wanted to share that with her, I would say it in person rather than a trail of private messages, which can lead to a lot of misinterpretation of things. And I do not want to repeat that experience again, just to protect myself and honor myself by not responding to her at all. And I felt safe to block her because she finally owned her shit. There were other ways where I've experienced humiliation and betrayal. Women who call themselves as friends, and they would want to try to replicate my marketing so they could be successful without consulting me why they plagiarized some of my content, or why they were constantly asking me how I made my business successful. And I felt quite violated. And it was really clear to me that they weren't 100% genuine in being a friend to me. They wanted to connect with me because they wanted something from me. So this created mistrust. It wasn't transparent what was showing up in the friendship. And I noticed these patterns played out with my relationship with my mother. In my upbringing, at the age of 8 and 18, whenever I got hit by my dad in front of her, she would laugh, criticize, and didn't show me any affection, support, and empathy whatsoever. I was humiliated in front of both of my parents. And so, of course, I had a lot of trust issues with men and with women. And how this humiliation kept playing up in my life. And also in the workplace, where I worked with all women in a beauty salon as a beauty therapist. And there was this beauty therapist who became a manager very quickly because of her impressive sales. And we were great friends until she became a manager. And there was a friend that I knew at beauty school who came to work in the same salon as I was, and they both became very good friends, to the point where they were both against me. And it really showed me their true colors, that they were never genuine or loyal towards me at all. It was all about making sales, how they can both get ahead in the beauty salon. So with these series of experiences of betrayal and humiliation from the feminine, and I'm yet to share more about the masculine, but my focus is with the feminine because for this reason, trust. If you want to transform your trauma from public humiliation and betrayal, trust is a feminine trait. To surrender a deep sense of knowing that not everyone is here to get at you. Trust is showing you to listen to your intuition and know that your intuition knows best for you, even if it doesn't make any logical sense at all. And when I started to find myself in this journey of healing the wounded feminine in me, and to start shifting my perspective that she is weak, vulnerable, pathetic, and slow, to now seeing her as incredibly powerful, alive, juicy, courageously vulnerable, and heartfelt, in ways that has moved me and shifted me out of this pain and finding myself again through trust, having my own back, backing myself up, not being afraid of confrontation, and call things out the way they are instead of accepting people's bullshit responses to me. So, what are the practical ways that you can start cultivating trust and working through the humiliation and betrayal? Well, the first thing is, how can you build a relationship with your intuition? How do you sense your intuition? Everybody's different. You might feel it in your gut, in your heart. You might feel goosebumps. You might feel tingles. You might feel a change in your temperature. You might just need external signs, messages or signals to show you that this is the path that you need to go, and just go with it. Even if it's scary, just go with it and see what unfolds. So start building a relationship to intuition. Listen to her. Trust her. It is your spirit, your higher self communicating to you. This is the way moving forward. The other thing is, where can you start pinpointing and finding experiences where you were held and witnessed and made to feel safe and loved by people that you trust or people that you don't know at all? So for me, with my healing journey in integrating the sacred feminine within myself, I started to recognize healthy role models of women that is trustworthy, who has always had my back and expressed their devotion and love towards me. And by seeing the contrast and recognizing that, that has helped me to open up my eyes that it is possible to have manifested trustworthy female friendships and trustworthy female mentors and coaches. And just using real life examples of your personal experiences where you have felt the sacred feminine or trustworthy people, that is proof there that trust does exist. When you trust yourself, and as you trust yourself, you trust the right people, and the right people will come to you. So there's no need to mistrust unless it's not aligned with you on a higher level. And lastly, how can you use your discernment and question if things are not right for you? And to not immediately fall for what someone is saying to you, but just question, does this resonate with me or not? And just tune in with yourself, in your body, in your spirit, in your heart space. Do you feel a shift? Do you feel goosebumps? Or do you feel this is creepy? Or do you feel like you need to stay away and say no? Or do you feel like this is not what you need? Or do you feel this is exactly what you need? So cultivate that questioning, because the psychopathic wounding, one of the greatest things about it is that you question people's agenda. And I still do. Take it as an advantage of your skill set that you've learnt from trauma. That there's nothing wrong with questioning people's agenda and what sort of relationship that they want to form with you. Use it to your advantage to support yourself, to enable yourself to make a really informed decision how you can move forward with this person or not. So this will help you to keep sharpening and strengthening your discernment to perceive their true intention and not take things for face value. And that is the setback of the psychopathic wounding, is that we tend to be very impulsive and buy into the outcome that is being presented, but we're not trusting ourselves enough to know if this person is the right person for us, but we're just going for the outcome. You need both. The outcome and the person that's providing the outcome that you're wanting to experience needs to be aligned with you. Otherwise, it's a mismatch, and you're going to have your trauma re-traumatized again just because you didn't trust the person, but you trusted the outcome. And even if that happens, it's still a learning curve anyway. So if you are ready to break away from this pattern of mistrust and to really honor yourself at a higher level, you might be interested in joining me for my new moon Divine Abundance Circle and Ceremony via Zoom or at my place in Bondi Beach, where you can expand yourself through spiritual abundance, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, if that is in your container, through your health and so much more. So if you're ready for a frequency upgrade, please click on the link below to learn more and to book yourself a spot. If you are ready to dive deeper with me, come and join me for my Transforming Trauma Weekend workshop, or my 2-day workshop in Sydney, interstate and overseas. If you are seriously devoted and determined to get to the other side of trauma. There's a VIP ticket if you would like to receive the experience of the 2-day workshop plus 3 private sessions with me and 1 month of direct access to me via WhatsApp, line, phone and text. That's available too. So please click on the link below to learn more. To see if this is right for you, you can book a free clarity call to ask questions, any hesitations or concerns, or if you require to be on a payment plan, and we'll figure out how we can make that happen. So, my love, I hope you got something out of this video, and if so, please do me a favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can reach more people through my messages and create this world a better place. The other thing is you can like this video, comment below, or share it with your loved ones who need to hear this. So, my love, here we are in this journey of life, that this is your invitation to move forward with trust, not trauma.